Hello, my name is Hollowdale, and welcome back to my playthrough of Hollow Knight, where I try and beat every boss in a random order. Last time, we fought No Eyes, and so let's see what boss we'll be fighting this episode. Let's spin the wheel. Broken Vessel. That is going to be great, because it will allow us to get the Monarch Wings, which will give us double jump. With all that being said, let's load our save file up and get cracking into it. Okay, so we're loading in, and to get to Broken Vessel, we're going to need to go to King Station, which we already have unlocked. Now that we've arrived in the City of Tears, we're going to need to head down to the ancient basin where the Broken Vessel is, and there we will fight him. A lot more straightforward than last time, where we had to get pretty much most of the way through the game before fighting a boss. Here, all we have to do is transition through one area. I'm gonna fight this Husk Sentry, I think it is. And yeah, make our way down to the ancient basin. So we made it through the ancient basin, and we're going down here. Now that I think about it, we should probably go up and bench here, because if we call the tram here, we can bench in case we die during the fight. I know there is a bench that you can unlock with Geo, but I don't want to pay that, so I'll just unlock this one, which I already have. We're going to have to navigate through all these enemies, and Broken Vessel should be just on the left here. We need to gather up a bit of soul to heal, but there should be a lot of enemies on our way. And from here, we don't have Crystal Dash. I thought we had Crystal Dash. So now we're gonna have to go to Crystal Peak. Thought we had Crystal Dash. I thought this would be so simple. Just head over there and fight the boss. But now we're going to have to do Crystal Peak without Dash, which is mildly annoying, because you have to do a couple fireball skips, and if you can't do them, then you have to reset. This is gonna be annoying. So we made it back to King Station, and from here we're going to need to go to the Forgotten Crossroads, because from there we can head to the entrance to Crystal Peak. You may be thinking we won't be able to get in without the Desolate Dive, but there's an actual way to get into Crystal Peak without the Desolate Dive, and all that requires is the Lumify Lantern, which we already have. So if we get in that way, we can go up and get the Crystal Heart. Though it still will be pretty hard, because there's a parkour section right before you get the Crystal Heart, and you need Dash to get it. But if you do some fireball skips where you're meant to dash, you are able to get through it without it. But it's pretty hard. I just realized my way to get to the Crystal Heart room just looped around on itself. I did not need to do that little loop there, because all I need to go from here, and this is directly above the Forgotten Crossroads Stag Station. But yeah, here we are. You pay 50 Geo to open this gate, and from here we have gained entrance to the Crystal Peak. We gotta kill these guys, pick up some lovely Geo while we're at it, and yeah, from here I'll just head to the Crystal Heart room, and I'll catch back to you guys when I'm there. Might as well pick up the map while we're here, because I actually don't really know why. because I know how to navigate here, and it's not like you come back to Crystal Peak. You're only here really to get the Crystal Heart, but it's useful to have, I guess, still. We're also picking up the shopkeeper's key, because that will give us better items at Sly's store. Ooh, this is getting a little too close for comfort. Heal up. And I'll just continue to parkour through here until we get to the room. Now to get to the Crystal Heart room, we just have to fall down here and flick both of these levers just so we can get back up here. And then from here, we fall down. And once we get to the bottom here, to the right is the Crystal Heart room. We're gonna open this up so we can get back to here better, easier. But now all we have to do is do this parkour over here. But this parkour is pretty hard without full... I need to get full soul. I forgot that since we have dash, we have to do those skips that I mentioned. And so I'm gonna need to get soul. I'll get back when I get some soul. So we've gathered the soul, and from here, we're gonna start doing this like normal. I don't remember exactly how to do this. And from here, we're meant to do something like that, and that's how we get across, but I failed. So I'm gonna have to regather soul, and I'll get back when I do. Now this is attempt number 2. Here. Failed again. So I'm just gonna cut back to when we get past this, and I'll put a fail montage, I guess. So I finally did it. I made it past here, and I got the crystal... No, I haven't got the Crystal Heart yet, but I've done the first skip. And from here, I'm gonna have to make it through all this parkour. And then from here, we have an even harder skip to do. I'm just gonna pause to prepare for it properly. And I know I'm not gonna do it first try, so I'm just stop talking, focus up. And I'll get back to you when I do. So we failed, and now we have to quit back to menu to retry, and so we have to make it back to Crystal Peak and do that again. Hopefully this time we succeed. You know what, I had an idea. I'm gonna try and farm Geo, so that way we can buy some soul vessels off of Sly, so that way we can increase the amount of soul we can hold, which will allow us more retries of the skip before we have to quit to menu. So I'm just gonna take out these guards and farm some Geo. Okay, I got a little carried away and died, but let's just kinda ignore that and continue on with the Geo gathering montage after I collect my shade. Now let's go see if we have enough Geo to afford a soul vessel. Oh, we're 18 short. So rather than going all the way back, I'll probably just kill some enemies in the Forgotten Crossroads just for a little pick-me-up, because we're only 18 off. This guy in this geodeposit should be enough to, and it is, to afford the lantern. Not lantern. I'm used to only going to Cypher lantern. Enough for the soul vessel. And I fell down the well. Buying the soul fragment, soul vessel, I mean. And here we can store another cast of a spell, which will mean when we have one more attempt per whatever. I can't really think right now. Words aren't really coming to me. We have one more attempt before we have to quit to menu. And so, let's go to Crystal Peak, I guess. We're also going to collect this grub behind this wall. If you guys didn't know that that was there, here you go, I guess. So every grub counts, because we haven't gone to them yet, but when we go to Grubfather, it means we'll get more rewards. We've got to make it past these crushers, because although we didn't have to go past them the first time we made the trek, but because it's just going to be... I can't go through there without dash. Because we enabled that shortcut, we don't have to do the full path. You can just come back here. And this is where I usually find my soul. And fell down. I did that a lot because I have to do a proper jump over. And yeah, we're back at the Crystal Heart Room. And so I'm gonna try and get over again. Get back to you when I do. Never mind, I just realized the whole point that we came here was that I have an extra soul vessel that I can fill, and I didn't fill it, so gonna have to gather a bit more soul. Then gonna do it. How pointless would that have been if I did that all for nothing? Okay, now we filled it up. And so we're gonna try and do the skip again. I remember watching how to do the skip, and then I can't find the video anymore. If I do find the video, then I'll put it up on the screen, but I can't re-look at it, so I have to do the skip from memory, not from a tutorial. I messed it up. I'll get back to you guys when I get past this area and go back to that bit where we failed before. So we've made it to the Crystal Heart Room, and we've hit this soul vessel to get more soul, on top of the soul that we saved by getting that soul vessel. So we have a full soul meter. Ow. Hopefully we don't take more unnecessary damage. And from here we can continue on. I'm actually doing pretty good here. And then from here we have to make it across again. Fudge nuggets. I failed. So now we're gonna have to quit the menu. But we did get further than last time. So I see this as a win. And so now we're gonna have to repeat that process again. Unless we might be able to get Grub Song, which will give us some soul when taking damage, which might not be a lot, but we have mass shards which we can essentially convert into soul once we start taking damage. So we might get an extra cast if we bring that. So I think that might be useful to check Grubfather and to see how many grubs we actually have so far. I also know there are a few more grubs I need to grab in Crossroad, so I'm gonna try and grab them and see if we have enough grubs. Number 1 is being protected by this Huskard, and we can kill him and free the grub number 1. In this room we can grab grub number 2, and finally grub number 3. Wait, it might not be final. I think there's one more, and I was right. And lastly, we're gonna have to do like a little glitch because we don't have, not glitch, skip, because we don't have good dash. But lastly, we can collect, just do it. We can collect grub number 4. Yay, here we go. And now we can move on to Grubfather. And now we can collect Grubfather's rewards, which are some Geo. And I'll see, I don't remember how many grubs I need to collect Grub Song, but I know, I hope I have enough. And we can get another Master Shard, that's also useful. And is this Grub Song? Yes, it is. And so now we can equip it and try getting to the Crystal Heart again. While we're in Dirtmouth, we might also get a Mask Shard. So that way we can get a full nether mask, so that Grub Song will give us one more tick of soul. So we made it here again, and I'm going to gather soul from this soul vessel. And now we're gonna try and get past here again. This should be pretty easy. Just wait for the timings. And from here we can try and get across again. Shoot. So from here, I'm gonna try and... Okay, so first jump was a success. And from here, we've made it past. We did it. Our third real attempt there. And so we've made it, yay. And from here, we can go past this bridge and collect the Crystal Heart. Oh, this is great. And now finally, we can go back and fight Broken Vessel. We made it to the Ancient Basin. And from here, we're going to fight the Broken Vessel, like we planned. Before we had to make that detour to get the Crystal Heart, because that's the only way to get across that gap. I think the reason I thought we had Crystal Heart the first time we were here was because I was doing a different run just without glitches the other day, and there I collected the Crystal Heart. So I thought, oh yeah, I had it in this one because I think I just mixed them up. But from here, we go down, shoot those life seeds. That's not necessary, I just like doing it for some reason. Kill this guy to fill our soul meter and gain a bit of health. And there are a bunch of these brooding Morlock style things. And we can kill them for Geo. And the ones on the roof I'm just going to skip past, but the ones on the floor I'm going to actually kill. Like this one, I'm just going to walk past because that's a lot more difficult to kill. While this one, I'm actually going to fight. Not really a fight, more like a button mash fest. Killed it. And we can heal up. Because those give like fair bit of geo. And this guy we're going to run past. Because he's too annoying. And down here, we can collect a simple key, which will hopefully be useful to us. And back up here is the path to the broken vessel. Heal up because we took a bit of damage and continue fighting. And up here, we should find another one of these. I thought that was the last one. I was mistaken. We're getting pretty low, but we can heal up. And I think this was the last one. And then up here, to the right, there's... Nope, wrong area. I'm getting lost. I mean, I know the vague route to go, but I think I'm somewhere else where I'm not. And yes, here we are. You can break that, and that's where we came in from before we went down there to fight those Morlock things. And here is Broken Vessel. And then a bunch of seeds, life seeds will come up. And you can attack some of them, but some of them just don't have a hitbox. So they'll go in no matter what. Broken Vessel is actually my favorite boss scene. I just like the way the strings are. I've gotten pretty good at fighting most bosses. I've actually beaten Broken Vessel before Radiant. But I'm getting pretty low. Because I'm used to having more upgrades than I do. Currently. For example, I can't dash out of the way of his attacks. I just have to jump over him. So you're meant to have dash here. You're meant to have dash for a lot of fights, actually. So I fought Failed Champion before, and it's almost impossible without dash because he just attacks so fast that you can't get out of the way. And we beat him. That's great. You can actually see that after you get rid of the infection, he's still alive for like a second, and it's really sad. But from here, we can get the Monarch Wings. Down. Go across. And up here, the Monarch Wings, yay. And now we have the ability to double jump. And now, I think we should spin the wheel again to see which boss we're going to be fighting next. The Hive Knight. Okay, we can remove him from the wheel, and that's who we're going to be fighting next. Okay, so instead of trekking all the way back from here, we can quit to menu and go to our last bench location, which I think was at King Station, or the tram. Either way, it means we don't have to walk there. Yeah, the tram. Which is good, because the tram will take us directly to the hive, and we can start going through it. If we go press this button, we'll move to Kingdom's Edge, and then at Kingdom's Edge, there is an entrance to the hive. And yeah, so I actually didn't realize the hive existed on my first playthrough of Hollow Knight. It was only when I started 100%ing that I realized it was there, because it's hidden behind one wall, that wall. And if you didn't break that wall, you would have no idea the hive is here. And I didn't on my first playthrough, which sucked. Fun fact about the Hive Knight: although the hive area did exist originally, the Hive Knight did not come until the Lifeblood update. And so, yeah, there's just the main boss of the hive wasn't even here. So that's funny. I'm just gonna cut until something interesting happens, because this is essentially, otherwise would just be 10 minutes of bee killing. Right here, there should also be a Master Shard, but the only way to unlock it is to get one of the big bees to slam into that wall. And now we're pretty low, so we're gonna have to heal up. But here, we can collect a Master Shard, which is useful. Yay, power-ups. And if we continue to the left here, we can open up a wall for backtracking, which is pretty useful. And yeah, we're just going to continue on to the Hive Knight area. Okay, so we've made it to Hive Knight's arena. We just have to bust down these walls of honey, and we can fight the Hive Knight. Which will be boss number 3 of the series. Hive Knight also has a pretty good boss theme. Not as good as Broken Vessel though. We can heal up while he's staggered. Take little damage, I guess. We're on 3 health, which may seem like nuts, but that means we're halfway to death and only 2 HP away from instant hurt, which I'm just essentially just saying I'm not really focusing on whether my sentences have cohesion, because I'm focused on killing this boss. Okay, this isn't good. We're low, we're low. I thought that hip shot was going to hit me. We can heal up. That's nice. And now we're at 4 health, which is pretty good. And we just need to avoid his bees. Okay, now we're at 2 health. Okay, now we're at 1 health. Oh, we died. Now we're gonna have to do that again. Also, briefly, when I died, Hive Night's theme was still playing, and you could hear it distorted by the tram. That was pretty neat. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to make it back there through another 10 minutes of bee killing. At least I opened up that shortcut. So we've made it back to the Hive Knights arena, and we're going to challenge him again and collect our shade. Here he is. And we're just going to do the fight again. Round 2. Hopefully I can win this time. Don't die to the bees. Okay, I'm already low. This is going worse than the first time. Okay, I can heal while he's staggered. Okay, I shouldn't have healed there. Okay, I can heal now. Okay, I'm low. Ah, I was too busy trying to avoid them. I died again. Yeah. Round 3, I guess. I may have died on my way to Hollow Knight. Not Hollow Knight. Hive Knight. But yeah, that means I lost all my geo. So that's sad. But round 3. You know what they say, 3rd time's a charm. This time I'll be more conscious about how much health I have. Okay, he's staggered. Sorry if I don't talk a lot, it's just I've done this 3 times already. Heal up. Now we can heal up again because he's staggered. Probably think we're close to killing him. I'm finally getting into the rhythm of this. He's dead, finally. And now that we've beaten 5 Knight, we can get the Hive Blood charm. Yay. And so I think that's where I'm going to leave this video today. I hope you guys like this episode too, and hope you like and subscribe. You know the gist. Yeah. Goodbye.